Here tonight, two teams that really like to shoot the three.
It's going to be a shootout, Kevin. Something we see more and more of in today's NBA. I think whichever team makes more threes wins this one.
And now the Golden State Warriors starters. We've got DeAnthony Melton. Green is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Stephen Curry. And it's Santos in at the 3 spot. 3 on the clock. McCollum, no good. Takes a 3. Curry, good.
Curry is just lethal from outside.
Here's McCollum. Scoring-wise, he's definitely making his mark right now. He's averaging about 19 points a game. Inside. Porzingis finds Melton. No good on the triple. Johnson, the pass to McCollum. A 3. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow.
Ringing the bell. That's the way to close a quarter.
He knew exactly how he wanted to do it, too. There was no doubt in his mind that it was going to fall.
Tie game in Atlanta. And after this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
You know, I think they're going to be happy with how they played here early on.
But they can't afford to get complacent because of the early success. There is still a lot of basketball to be played.
Johnson and Okongwu man the post position. Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with McCollum, and it's Daniels in at the 3 slot. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Hawks.
It was so much fun watching these guys just throw it down. Jalen Johnson can do it with the best of them.
Daniels, no good.
Look, the defense was locked in on him there. They know how dangerous he can be, and they guarded him perfectly.
Pass to Melton. It's 3-pointers off the mark. Here's Atlanta now. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. Couldn't match the intensity of the opponent, and it cost them.
Yeah, if you allow a team to shoot such a high percentage in their own building, you're going to have a big hill to climb.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. The Warriors on top, leading by a point. Allie, let's go to you courtside. What do you... Hey, Allie, thank you so much for that interview. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back with you for the second half of the game right after this.
Hey folks, welcome. The Atlanta Hawks find themselves here in a close one at the half.
Their shooting percentage is awful. They would have been better off rolling out Ernie.
That's where you're wrong. I wouldn't miss a shot because I wouldn't be able to get one off. All right, and now that we are in the later stages of the season, here's how the standings are looking in the East.
Taking a look at the Hawks, last week of the season, they want the playoffs to start, but they still got to take care of business.
Interesting time. You want to avoid injuries, but also not lose your momentum.
And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Curry with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And even with the defense shading towards him on every trip down, he still finds a way to come up big.
He's just that good. You can plan for him, but he just makes great adjustments on the fly.
And on the floor for Steve Kerr as we get into the second half. They've got Porzingis. Curry is out there with DeAnthony Melton. And it's Green, and it's Santos, and it's small forward. Trying to find Green. He's got it now. Launches it. Johnson with the rebound. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Hawks. Trailing by 4. Pass to Alexander Walker. No good on the 3. Golden State's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout, looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. Curry finds Williams. Curry with it. He's got 9. On the wing, Williams. And stolen by Daniels. Launches from deep. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Warriors lead by 4. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on. And a moment ago inside the huddle with head coach Steve Kerr.
All right, great pace, great energy. Keep throwing the ball ahead. You guys are just making a simple pass. That's good stuff.
3 tense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. Johnson and Okongwu man the post position. Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with C.J. McCollum. And it's Daniels in at the small forward position. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Hey guys, well, Quinn Snyder was just reviewing the plan with the team. He had some words of confidence for his team, saying all it takes is a few chances. We make a few plays down the stretch, we can steal this thing from them. Back to you guys.
All right, Allie, thank you. Here's McCollum. It drops.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
He knew what they needed here and was determined to deliver.
Takes the 3. Johnson rips down the board. The game has come down to this.
Huge possession.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And Johnson drops them both.
And in a close game like this, they can really rely on him to take care of business at the line.
He's off from 3. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. McCollum outside. The 3 doesn't go. And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. Changes. Curry on the wing. He is guarded by McCollum. Curry deciding where to go with it. Oh, at the buzzer!
That is how you finish it.
Down it goes at the buzzer. Boy, it doesn't get any better than that.
What a finish. It takes nerves of steel to knock down a shot like that.
So it's a narrow victory for the Warriors, pulling out the W. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled